Welcome to the Julie Tussey Show. I'm so glad to have you here with me today. I have a fantastic program for you. I'm going to be talking about your very own power hour to success. You're going to love this. Get on the Julie Tussey train. We're going somewhere, baby.
Pop the glam pain. It's time for the Julie Tussey Show live guest current events scathing exposés. The original suburban bombshell, the big blonde baby, giving you the fastest, funniest, most informative 30 minutes of your life. And now, here's Julie Tussey.
She makes you want to.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We have a fantastic podcast for you. I'm very excited to let you know that right now, as I'm doing the podcast, I am on television. That's right. Gary and I worked really hard. Gary is getting ready to launch his Real Gary Tussey podcast. That's going to come out the 1st of April. So we're working diligently on that. It's amazing. It's a lot of fun. I think you're going to enjoy it. It's short and sweet and really funny. So you're going to enjoy that. But we set up the cameras in the studio and we are now videotaping and going to put it on YouTube. That's youtube.com/C/TME-TV. So go over there and subscribe. You'll see the cooking show, which is going great, by the way. Been doing some lives on my Facebook channel, so you can go and follow that if you want to. You can just find us everywhere. I wanted to talk to you today about a very important subject. As you know, we just wrapped up our 4 series on Girl, Wash Your Mouth Out. I had a lot of fun with that. I hope you did. It was so exciting for me to do that because it was all about getting back to my roots. You know, I grew up in church. When I was 17, I started singing gospel music, started being a worship leader and studying the Bible, went to Bible college, all that fun stuff. And as I got older, started going through perimenopause pretty severely. It was tough. It was tough for me. Of course, being a woman who's had 2 sets of twins, who would have thunk that maybe my hormones were a little crazy? Well, believe you me, they have been and they were, and that can cause a lot of symptoms, a lot of not feeling well, a lot of crabbiness, just so many things. So I've been working on the perimenopause series for the podcast. That'll probably be one of the next things that we hit on. But today I wanted to go on the heels of the Girl, Wash Your Mouth Out. And that was basically talking about, as I got older, I felt like my inner dialogue became more negative, and I felt like things just were changing too much for me and I wasn't happy. I had always believed in saying positive things, being positive, and we did some studies. Go back and listen. It is amazing. Go back and listen to those if you get a chance. 77% or 88%. Now I can't remember. My blonde is showing. Of the inner thoughts in your mind are negative, and we have to overcome that. So I began to speak positive affirmations over my life, and it is changing my life. I'm very, very happy. Well, on the heels of that, I wanted to talk about this, your very own power hour to success. You know, I've been studying what people have done that are successful. The secret of your future is in your daily habits. Now, I actually typed out the things that I want to make sure that I hit on today in the podcast with you. So the secret of your future is in your daily habits. So not only do we have to speak properly and speak good things over ourselves and begin to speak things that we are desiring in our lives instead of talking all the negative, woe is me stuff that can just so easily happen to us. We also need to have habits in our lives that support what we are trying to do in our lives. Hey, y'all. Got 2 cameras over there, so go check it out. I was listening to Terry Savelle Foy, and I really, really like her. She has been really an influence in my life right now at this time. It's really cool how God will just send exactly what you need to hear, who you need to meet, those kinds of things. And that is one of the things I've always prayed my whole life, is that I will have every book, every podcast, every CD, every bit of information that I need, and every person that I need in my life to be what God created me to be and do. I pray that comes into my life, and thus that's what this whole podcast is about. It's about encouraging you to be all that you were created to be, and I love that we can encourage one another. So I was listening to Terry, and she said, "Good habits are hard to form but easy to live with," and she was quoting someone else, but I don't believe it's like been acknowledged who it is. So good habits are hard to form but easy to live with, and bad habits are easy to form but hard to live with. And I wanted to say that you must discipline your own life to create successful habits. Okay, successful habits don't just happen. You have to begin to make some quality decisions about what it is exactly that you want in life. What do you want from your life? Are you happy with where you are right now? If you are, then keep on going. But if you want things to change, if you want to have a better income, if you want to have a different job, if you want to have a different family dynamic, if you want things in your life to change, only you can change them. Only you have the power to change them. Now, I can encourage you, and I can tell you secrets, and I can tell you tricks, and I can tell you keys, and I can tell you all these things, and so can other people around you. But you are the only one that can implement change into your life. And change sometimes is not comfortable. Sometimes it's easier to stay on the couch or lay in the bed in the morning than to make a change in your life to have what you want. But I believe that you were born with a destiny. I believe that you were born and created by God, the Lord God of all the heaven and earth. I believe you were created by Him, and so was I, with a purpose and with a dream. I believe there's a dream inside of you. Maybe you don't remember it. It's been so long. Maybe you've never really even thought about it. But I do believe that if you will take time to search your heart, you will find out that there is something that you are good at. There is something that you are strong in. There's some gift in you that needs to come out, because you're not here by accident. You're not here by mistake. You are purposely here at this time on the earth in the year 2019 for a purpose. And if you don't step into the purpose that you were created for, you are kind of robbing us. You know what I mean? There's something in you for other people. There's something in you, for your family, for your friends, and for those around you in your life. And it's so important to realize how valuable you are, number one. It's so important to realize how needed and wanted you are, number two. So if there's things in your life, a dream, a desire, a goal, be it business, be it personal, be it weight loss. You know, we talk about a lot of that kind of stuff. Be it you're going through perimenopause and menopause as a woman, and you have found things that have helped you, and you could help and share that with other people. Whatever that is in you, it could be so many different things. Get to the bottom of that. Take time and get to the bottom of that, and begin to discipline your life. You know, you cannot... seemingly, okay, here's an example. In Christian music, or music of any sort, actually, I heard this in Christian music when I was young, and I remember it resonating with me. And that was that I was at the Dove Awards, and there was an artist there that was considered the quote-unquote new artist. I mean, new and hot and on fire artist. Well, this woman had to be like in her mid to late 30s. And I knew that she had spent probably 20 years pursuing this music career. And now she had just quote unquote arrived and was the new artist. No, honey. No, it does not happen that way. It may look new, and it may be new to lots of people who are looking at her and hearing her for the first time. But that has taken a lot of energy, a lot of investment, a lot of work to get there. So I see this as the same thing. It takes a lot to get where you want to go. And the cool thing is it's never ever too late. It doesn't matter if you're in your teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. If you are breathing air, you are here for a reason. And if you are breathing air, you can fulfill the dreams that you have. You can fulfill the desire in your heart. So I want to talk to you about that in relation to your very own power hour to success. So you must discipline your own life to create successful habits. Now, we just read that good habits are hard to form. Okay, easy ones, it's easy to have bad habits. It takes some discipline. But if you will take the time to discipline yourself and create some good habits and form some good habits, and I'm right in the middle of this. I'm not going to say that I've been perfect. It would be easy for me to lay in bed a lot sometimes. I deal with a lot of allergies and they make me tired. Sometimes I don't sleep well. We all know this is life. We all could find a reason to lay in that bed and not get up and have some good morning habits. But there has been articles proven and studies done that show that people who are successful and wealthy or just successful in life is because of their morning routine or their habits. So there was an article in Entrepreneur magazine, and they studied the habits of the most successful and wealthy people in the world to see if they had any habits in common. Now, this isn't just America. They studied in the world. The criteria for what they considered quote-unquote wealthy was that anyone who made over $160,000 per year, so at least $160,000 or more, and owned $3.2 million in assets was considered wealthy in this study. Here's what they found. Now get ready. This is so cool. 44%, actually they studied them to see if any of them had the same habits so that they could determine if particular habits brought success and wealth into your life. So 44% woke up 3 hours or more before they had to go to work. Yep. That's called mastering the mattress, right? You got to get out of that bed. So 44% woke up 3 hours or more before they went to work. I have always been that way. I wake up early, and I've done some of the greatest things I've done like at 5 o'clock in the morning. I know that sounds crazy. And now that I'm getting a little bit older and my kids aren't in school, I'm kind of moving that more to like 7 to 8 is my power hour. Then they said 63% listen to audio teachings, podcasts, or that kind of thing on their drive to work daily. So they're listening to something that encourages them. They're listening to the Julie Tussey Show. Not really, but they would if they knew, because we're all about motivating you for a life of success. They're listening to things that inspire them. Dave Ramsey, you can listen to preaching, you can listen to motivational speaking, you can listen to there's so much available out there. So find out what it is that you can listen to, and let's implement this. This is amazing. This is an amazing habit. So 63% listen to audio teaching and podcasts, etc., on their drive to work daily. Now here's a biggie. Now this one surprises me because I listen to so many things, but I've always been avid at this too. 88% read 30 minutes or more per day. Wow. 88%. That is like 12% aren't. That's it. In the world, the most successful and wealthy people in the world are reading 30 minutes per day. You've got to, and don't give up the written page. I don't care if it's on Kindle or you actually get your hands on books, but don't give up reading, okay? Don't give up reading. And I love to handle a book. I love to mark it and highlight it and write in it. That's how my Bible is. That's how every book that inspires me is. So you can actually get a lot from reading. 66% exercise 4 days per week. Whew. I used to do this and I miss it. I'm going to go back to it because I am missing it. So it's just a discipline. It's a discipline that these successful people implemented. And I do believe that as we exercise, it raises the serotonin in our brains. It raises, is it dopamine? The feel good hormones. It does all of that, and it makes you feel so much better about yourself. But I will tell you, if you will exercise first thing in the morning, it just sets the tone for your day. It sets the tone for success. It sets the tone for I am the boss. I own this. I can do anything. If I can get up and get on the treadmill for a half hour or 20 minutes or work out with weights, it just empowers you. Okay, it's such a strong empowering. All right, now only 7% of these people watched reality TV. That says a lot. Let's not waste our time. And the last one that they found was 84% of these wealthy and successful people believed that good habits create opportunities. I totally 100% concur with that. I believe if you are a disciplined person, that you will get further in life. And when opportunity comes, and you can go back and find this, but I did a podcast called Suddenly. And what I'm talking about is that sometimes in life, it seems like you are just in preparation, but all of a suddenly there's an opportunity. And had you not been preparing, you would not be prepared for this opportunity. Okay, so you're ready to go at any time, and it brings success. I.e., when I was first a new singer in church, I would carry, at that time, and I'm only 30, wink, wink, I would carry cassettes every time I went to church. Every time I went to any church, I would practice, and I had probably 20 songs ready to go at any moment. Well, that seemed like it took a long time for me to prepare for that. It just seemed like time after time, and I would sing in church once a month, and then I would be on the worship team and all that. But I just knew in my heart that I was called to go in and do whole services at church. I knew that I was called to get in the scripture that says God will bring you before great men. I knew that my gift was going to make room for me to get before great men. In my worst nightmare, God would make that opportunity happen, and then I would not be prepared. I literally would have nightmares about getting on stage to sing and not knowing my words, not knowing where I was going, and blowing it. So this was such an integral part of how God advanced me in my music career. So I would go and visit a church, and it started happening that the preacher would call me out and say, "Hey, Julie, we're glad you're here today. Did you bring a song?" And so I'd get to sing then. And then it happened where I went on the road with a minister, and I was supposed to just sing a song or two with him. And he ended up letting me do the entire service. And that's how I did my first music service. So that's how that went for me. And so that's your suddenly. That is your suddenly. So these habits create you into this person of preparedness. It creates you into this person of readiness so that opportunities do come. Opportunities do come for you. Dave Ramsey says, if you want to be wealthy, study wealthy people. If you want to be successful, study successful people. If you want to be skinny, study skinny people. There is so much truth to that. I love that he says that, because I believe that if you will find out what the people who are doing what you want to do, if you'll find out what they're doing and you do it, you will find the same success. You will. How do you develop a good habit? All right. The way that you develop a good habit is repetition. Yes, I know. Just keep doing it over and over and over. It's not always easy, but it is something that if you will take the time to discipline and do, you will be so thankful and so glad that you did it. So, what do they say? 21 days of doing the same thing over and over and over. Keep on doing that. Tony Robbins claims his success is due to his very own hour of power. So I totally understand this, and it's that preparedness. It is that where you feel so confident that you have done everything that you know to do, and when that opportunity comes, you are going to slay it. You're going to do great at it. So he teaches this very same principle to highly successful people that he coaches. Brian Tracy, a successful motivational speaker and businessman who speaks 100 times a year, writes 4 books per year, runs 3 businesses, and travels the world, says when asked, how do you do all this? He attributes it to his morning routine. He gets up 2 hours before his first appointment in the day, and he recommends this, that you spend 20 minutes of exercise, 20 minutes of reading, 20 minutes of prayer. He is investing in himself. Highly successful people invest in themselves consistently and continually. So how can you invest in yourself for success? Begin to create good habits and a morning routine. Create your very own hour of power, or your power hour. If you don't have time, I did want to remind you of this. Studies show that most adults spend usually 4.7 hours on their cell phones per day, basically in social media. So there's one area you can. But if it's important enough to you, you will find an hour. And I want to remind you, you are worth it. So your hour of power, and it's amazing. It's amazing and life-changing for you. So you need to find it, your very own power hour to success. Thank you so much for listening. Definitely go and check out the Fabulous Cooking Show on Roku, on WBON TV, and on the YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/C/TMETV. We are here for you. Go to CD Baby and search Julie Tussey or Gary and Julie Tussey, and you can find all of our music. I just put up all of the music from when I first started my career in 1989. Yes, that's right. Go there and get your downloads, get them in your phone, and there's some great songs there. You're going to really, really enjoy them. Thank you again for sharing the podcast with your friends and family and for leaving us a great review. This is Julie Tussey telling you, you only get one life. Live it to the fullest.
Hi, this is Marilyn. I'd love for you to go and subscribe to the Julie Tussey Show Fabulous Cooking on youtube.com/C/TMETV.
Here to show you the impossible is possible if you only believe. Tussey Homes Incorporated would like to thank you for listening to the Julie Tussey Show. If you're looking for a beautiful original design home in the Richmond, Kentucky area, please reach out to them at facebook.com/Tussey Construction. Tussey Homes, welcome home. After a week of hearing hundreds of I can'ts, I'm here today to tell you, you can. Find us on social media at facebook.com/The Julie Tussey Show and Instagram, The Julie Tussey Show, home of the original suburban bombshell. Want to feel amazing, strong, and healthy any time of the day or night? Go to Get Fit in Richmond, Kentucky. Open 24 hours a day with memberships as low as $14.99 a month. Fitness on your schedule. Get Fit.
I know you're the man I wanna meet. Everything about you calls my name.
If life is my oyster, darling, pass the hot sauce.